Youth obey the clarion call. Let us lift our nation high, under the sun or in the rain, with dedication and selflessness. Nigeria is ours, Nigeria will serve. Members take the great salute. Put the nation first in all, with service and humility. NYSC for the noble youth. Make Nigeria a great nation. Far and near, we come to serve and to build a fatherland with oneness and loyalty. NYSC for unity. Hail Nigeria, a great nation.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to another exciting episode of NYC Half Hour. My name is Cosmos Nusaka, and I am your anchor for today. Alright, I'm not here in the studio alone. I'm here with some amazing, beautiful, and handsome faces. I will be introducing themselves shortly. Let's get to meet you, my handsome brother.
My name is Nysc, Samson.
And my name is Obiako Chikorode.
And my name is Okafo Chigimizu.
Alright, so thank you guys for gracing this show. Right, so before we delve into the topic of the day, which is NYC camp experience, we would like to take the NYC news shortly. Stay tuned.
Obey the clarion call. Let us lift our nation high, under the sun or in the rain, with dedication and selflessness. Nigeria is ours, Nigeria will serve. Members take the great salute. Put the nation first in all, with service.
Good evening. This is the voice of NYSC News for the week. My name is Wife Ajiluchiku, and to the headlines. Federal government approves 50,000 additional slots for 2026 NYSC mobilization. The DG hails call members for diligent service. And to the details. The federal government has approved an additional 50,000 slots for the 2026 National Youth Service Corps mobilization in response to the growing number of graduates awaiting enlistments for the national service. The Director General of the NYSC, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, disclosed this in Abuja during the inauguration of the remodeled clinic at the scheme's National Directorate headquarters in commemoration of the first anniversary of his assumption of duty as its chief executive. Nafiu, who said the extra slots had already been captured in the scheme's 2026 budget, also revealed that the further provisions had been secured in the federal government's 2027 budget cycle to improve the quality of corps members' kits, feeding and transportation allowances. The scheme was targeting the mobilization of about 450,000 prospective corps members this year, while remaining mindful of their safety. Nafiu also praised their predecessors, Brigadier General Yeshua Ahmed and Minister of Youth Development, Comrade Ayodele Olawande, for their roles in facilitating presidential approval of the new 77,000 monthly allowances for corps members. Olawande assured that the Ministry of the Members Youth Development would continue to support the scheme in delivering greater impact for Nigerian youths. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, has commended corps members for their dedication and diligence in the service of the nation. Nafiu gave the commendation while addressing corps members in Owerri, the capital of Imo State, during a working visit to the state. He also applauded those of them that are actively involved in community development service, describing their efforts as worthy of recognition. The DG reminded the corps members that national service called for a deeper understanding of the values embedded in the NYSC anthem, stressing that the scheme remained committed to grooming young Nigerian graduates for future leadership and provides a platform for corps members to develop essential life and workplace skills. We are equipping you with vital skills such as financial management, time management, resource management, and relationship management. You are also being introduced to key aspects of human resource management that will be useful throughout your careers, Nafiu added. This is where we draw the news for this week. I remain Wife Ajiluchukwu.
Humility.
Here we stand as a people with one song, with one voice. We're a nation undivided and poised. We will take a stand and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom reigns and truth prevails. Our land where there's hope for us all. Our land where there's hope for us all. We'll defend our land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We'll defend our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we'll shine like the sun.
Okay, so welcome back, and thank you, Wife, for that NYC news update. So before we delve into the tissue of the issue, yesterday the immediate past Deputy Governor of Delta State organized a seminar where all corps members in Asaba we are mandated to attend, and then the theme is the power of your mind. I believe most of us here, in fact, everybody here should attend that seminar. So, what's your take on it,
Yeah, we did. At some point, it was interesting, but it's a conference, and I think the book was written by Pastor Chris Oyakhilome himself, and so for me, it was a very very interesting conference. We had a lot of good time. It was communicative, and at some point, they knew that it was a conference for youth. They had to come down with their whole tacky and educative, and they had to play the fun part, play music, let the youth understand and enjoy themselves. Then they later went back. The power of mind, they actually talked about a lot. It's kind of a very good initiative for the youth, for them to be able to use their mind in a way that actually would better their life, rather than using their mind in this current world that we are living. So, as when a lot of youth thinks, they always actually limit themselves when it comes to some certain aspect. But you see, this our conference was just to boost their ego, to boost their morale. That, okay, when you think that you cannot do this, just settle down and use your mind creatively. Use your mind to transcend out of like the normal world, and you find out that you are doing things that you realize that you cannot do. Personally, for me, I have some questions as regarding the books, but it's not it's something that we have to face them.
I noticed that because I also attended the conference, and I noticed that during the time that they were sharing, you understand, the transportation allowance, a lot of the ladies were even more excited. So I don't know if Chikodili would like to debunk that. But what's your experience yesterday?
That yesterday, me, I collected my own. And that money was times 2 of the transport I spent.
Wow.
So I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay, it was times 2. Very good, very good.
So, Mr. Miracle.
Yeah.
So what's your experience yesterday?
My experience yesterday was actually superb because the speaker actually was this kind of person. This person that is so in depth into anything that has to do with the mind. So he actually talked to us about the power of the mind, trying to express the fact that everything that actually exists here in we can see actually emanated from the mind. So he actually admonished us for us to use our mind, using the mind the rightful way. Because if we can use our mind very well, based on what we read, based on what we hear, what we let inside of our mind, that those things are going to produce better results, even in our society as a youth. So he actually told us about how the mind can be very attractive. Trying to cite a scenario whereby you thought of something, you are thinking of something now, and all of a sudden, thinking about that thing, you get to see, like within the short period of time, you see that thing come out. So he's saying that whatever you are thinking, either your vision or anything, that if you are thinking about it, it has a way of being attracted to you. So actually it was a very great one.
I think that comes down to the popular saying that we used to say, if you can think it, you can do it. So that's actually the word. That's the main theme I can actually deduce from the lecture yesterday.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one anyway. Well, let's delve right into the tissue of the issue, the reason why we are here today. All right. Okay. So don't forget, we are talking about our NYSC camp experience. Every core member have different experiences. In their 3 weeks orientation camp, I have my experience, you have yours, and so do others. All right. So some of these experiences, depending on the particular individual, might be nice, while others may have something negative to say. But we are here to dig that out today. So now, Mr. Miracle, when you first arrived camp, NYC camp at Iseloku, what were the things going through your mind? When you landed camp for the first time, I would like you to share your experience with us. Okay. How did it feel like?
My experience was actually interesting and as well nervous, especially during the time actually I arrived the camp, because seeing the military men around and everybody, and being my first time of attending such kind of gathering. So it was actually interesting one because initially I was nervous because it's something I haven't done before. You understand? So see myself in such gathering. But at the same time, I was kind of curious, like interesting to know how things are going and all that. Seeing my mates, some persons, this is actually something that most Nigerian youth longs for. And being by God's grace, I was able to find myself, So it was actually a great one, talking about the early morning drill, because it's no longer usual.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the camp, there are so many things that will be changed, concerning you, because they are trying to drill us, get us prepared for what is ahead. So one of the things that stood out for me is that the fitness and all that, and you shouldn't be this kind of person that you are just always sleeping. That is one of the training that I actually got. And frankly speaking, though some persons might think, oh, this thing is too much, but it's actually for our benefit. It all depends on the perspective you are looking at it from. You understand? Like, one of the things I tell people is that in every phase in life, it all depends on the state of your mind. We are also talking about the mind as well. The way you have it in your mind, just look at the benefit aspect of it rather than always talking about the bad part of it.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking at the benefit aspect of it, that's when you enjoy it, you flow with it. Just like in that morning, for instance, now, the parade persons, like the personnel, the army, and everybody will start looking everybody up. It's just unusual anyway. But the way you go about it, it's going to really determine how you're going to enjoy that very experience in the camp.
That's true.
So that time, just flow with it. Make sure sometimes it's not a must. Sometimes you will sleep because you are trying to adapt to the situation. But actually, the camp was seriously, it was something memorable, and I thank God I was able to enjoy it. I enjoyed every moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure Chikodili has her own experience to share. So,
Well, for that phase day, I was kind of happy and also nervous at the same time. I was happy that I got my color-up letter, make new hair, and buy all those stuffs for camp. But then on the D-Day, when I was ready to go, I had to start crying.
wow.
That I
So
don't want
you
to
were missing
be-
the camp, or
I was missing my parents at home. So I had to start crying. My mom had to follow me to the flag set.
wow.
I entered bus, then I met other people that were going to camp with me. So I have to socialize with them. Then getting to the camp, they just tashed us, gave us a job list. That's the process for the registration. Then we got an accommodation, me and the girl. She was my bunkie then. So we just laid our bed, packed our thing, then move on to the registration, the way we did our registration. So at some point, we got exhausted. We have to just quit and went back to the hostel to just relax ourselves for the next day. So I continued my registration the following day. That phase day, nothing serious happened.
I mean, wow. I'm actually surprised to hear a grown core member crying, like you're missing your mom. This is something to write about. You understand?
That's my first time of leaving my state to another state.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay. So Tobiloba, what kind of activity in the camp did you really find interesting? Did you really enjoy most?
Specifically, how I did not really engage much in most of the camp activities. Why? Because once there's always this different kind of groups in camp. We have the Red Cross, we have the Orientation Broadcasting Service, the OBS, and like that.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate to join the OBS, and I was in the news department. So most of the time, and there's this what do I call it? How will I put it? This kind of pride.
Yeah.
Even the soldiers in camp, whenever they see you on your ID card written OBS, they just leave you.
Yes.
They just leave you. OBS is like the big men and the big women in camp. So we hardly do anything. we just focus on the major OBS duty,
Yeah.
like the radio broadcasting, the media coverage, and most of the things. So majority of my camp activities was not that stressful because of the OBS coverage. So I just cover my news report and do everything that. So the major activities I would say I fall in love with was the sporting activities, because I make sure that I engage in sporting activities.
Yeah.
Though my platoon was knocked out, but however I made sure I enjoyed the sporting activities so much. So, but every other trainers activities, the one that they will say soldiers will be disturbing them, do parade, do this, do that, I really did not have a lot of to say, because OBS just covered me in every other aspect. So I didn't have that much of strenuous activities to do in camp.
You know, speaking of that OBS issue, you know, before I came for camp, I have friends who have done camp, gone through the camp experience, and they were like, Cosmos, you know, if you want to just escape camp activities, you don't want stress from all this community, just join OBS, you know. So that was the intention that I used in joining OBS, all right? So when I joined OBS, in fact, I first saw a lot of people. I was even discussing, let me just hang by, you know, beside these people, whether they will choose me or not. Surprisingly, they choose me. I now discovered that there was more work even in the
When it comes to this, it's a local camp. The work OBS covers. It's more than you that actually do strenuous activities.
Exactly.
OBS has to wake up more than early as the other core member, and we go to bed as late as anything. Before OBS go to bed is when they start blowing the bugle for a light out. That's when we have to close to go to bed. We are always there, back to back. OBS is always everywhere.
But then again, we mentioned that when soldiers just see OBS tag, you know, they just leave it, they allow it to go. Are you think back? You know, we are in the same batch. Because I don't think that it really work like that.
Actually, for me,
because wait, there were times that, you know, so whether you are OBS or not, they will be chasing everybody to come out for drinks.
Yes,
and people will be hiding. But
Yes.
I think one of the reasons is because a lot of people were using that OBS name to escape drinks.
Yes, that is why OBS now said, okay, because of they will not be able to differentiate the original OBS member from the fake OBS member. That is when they now start giving tag. You see, whenever you tell a soldier that you are an OBS member, he will ask you or she will ask you, where's your tag? Have you noticed?
yes.
She will ask you, where's your tag? So it's when you're able to present the tag, okay,
That's
they now
when
leave
they
you.
leave.
They now leave you that, okay, yeah, no OBS, just leave, this leave.
Anyway, so because I'm a guy, I'll start with the lady again.
No, that's first.
So did you make friends, you know, during your 3 weeks camp, that now even after the 3 weeks camp, you guys are still very, very cool?
Yes, I met a friend. The girl I told you I met at the park. She was really an amazing friend.
Wow.
Even up till now, we still chat, gist, talk about our experience at the camp. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Mr. Miracle, I know that you have a couple of friends. You know, you are this kind of very vibrant young man that I respect so much. So, did you make friends? And then
I made a whole lot of friends. Actually, I'm this kind of person anyway. It's all my nature anyway. I can easily connect to people easily. So, NYC actually gave me the opportunity to be able to meet so many persons from different parts of Nigeria. So, I actually met a friend. My bunkmate was an Idu guy.
Okay.
wow.
So, and the guy was so good to me that he has to even give me his perfume.
Wow.
Yes, actually, he was so good to me that everybody, like, apart from that, I also met so many friends, especially from my platoon. Yes, I actually met a lot of friends and good friends. Yes.
Yeah. So, Mr. Tubler, whether I should speak for you or you speak for me, just
No, you know, NYC is like is a platform to where we connect. That's actually the main aim.
Yes.
Where we able to diversify in different culture. We enjoy. So for me, right from living Lagos, even people when you are living for camp, you find out that everybody in the bus you are traveling with is almost everybody are going to the same camp. You find out like that. So I met a lot of people right from Lagos. When I go to camp, I had friends that gave me their bed sheets, their pillow, you know. And also when I go to the OBS, in fact, this man is also one of the people that I actually met and we are still together till now. So it's just like that. Friends is everywhere.
Yes, I was waiting for you to mention that because otherwise, that this show would have had something else. Anyway, thank you so much. This is where we'll be wrapping up for today. I want to especially thank our listeners for joining this show, and I want to thank the producers, the cameramen, and everybody, every crew that made this show possible. I want to specifically also thank my amazing guest here that graced this show. Thank you so much for coming, and see you next time, next week, the same station. And until then, I remain Cosmo Nysc. Bye bye.